Lads, ladettes, brethren, hello, welcome back again. I am here today to discuss my life with you right now, kind of give you a life update. If you didn't know, I live in China. And also, if you didn't know, currently China is going through a really rough time. And I've been reading a lot about it, and I want to add my personal perspective onto this topic because I think living in China at the moment is incredibly interesting and it's different from anything I've experienced before. So I want to give you guys a kind of rundown on what's been going on, how people in China have responded, and what the experience is like in China right now. So let's go. So the overview is, last year in a city called Wuhan, there was an animal market, and in that animal market there were live exotic animals. I think it's abhorrent and disgusting, but it happened. And one of the strains of flu virus that previously was only transferred between animal to animal was transferred from an animal to a human. And from that came the outbreak of the coronavirus. So let me tell you why this is such a bad time for an infectious viral disease to have an outbreak. It happened just before the Chinese Lunar New Year. And if you don't know what that means, it means that this is the largest human migration on the planet at any given time. Millions upon millions of people are traveling across China, across the world, to go on holiday, to visit their families, all of this. So people are moving, they're traveling, and people were moving both out of Wuhan and into Wuhan. And this is why you see a big spike in the distribution, the virality, she went viral, of the coronavirus. It spread quickly. And that is why also you see the death toll rose very quickly. At the moment, we're on 230 people, I think, and my thoughts and condolences go out to all of those families. But the number of people with confirmed cases is around 10,000 at this point. So a lot of people have it. But in comparison to the amount of people in China, it is a relatively small number. So that is what has happened. How has China responded? That's what I want to discuss next. How has China responded? I think the response has been appropriate, but also very, very scary. My parents actually found out about the virus before I did because I think foreign media services and outlets reported on it in more depth than China did earlier on. So when I first found out about it in China, it kind of panic ensued because everyone remembers SARS from 2003. So everyone was saying stay indoors, wear your mask if you have to go outdoors, but mainly stay inside. So everything, even in my city, we have not had any outbreaks, knock on wood, and everything has been closed. The malls, the shops, the markets are deserted. From what I've been hearing from people who have been going out, I haven't left the house in 7 days now, and everything has been closed. Nothing, you can't do anything. You can't go to the cinema, you can't go to the mall. Really, everything is shut down. And from what I've heard from my friends in other cities, this has been mirrored across the country. So they have also closed whole cities, detained whole cities from any sort of movement. So I think the response from China is really encouraging, and I think that we will be able to tackle it quicker in the way, it seems very intense the way that they're handling it, but I think that that's good because the more precautions that people take, the safer we're all gonna be. So those are the things that have happened in China. Everyone is staying indoors, everything is closed, it's all very intense. But for a minute, let's take a breather from all that intensity. How has this affected my life? I don't want to be selfish and only think about myself, but I can only provide you my experience. So first of all, I've had to stockpile my necessities: water, food, cat litter, cat food, toilet paper, everything, we've had to buy in bulk because people are panic buying, because we shouldn't be leaving the house, and people fear that because people are not going back to work because they're still in their cities that they went to on holiday for the Chinese New Year, that food distribution could be interrupted. So we've had to bulk buy food. And for me, this is especially weird because I think a lot of people in China are used to using the service Waimai, which is like Uber Eats, but so much better. And suddenly you can't really order from Waimai because A, it's not safe to have someone you don't know prepare your food, and B, a lot of restaurants are closed. So there you go. Even coming into your apartment building, there are people in full bodysuits doing temperature checks. So it's very intense, and it has affected my life quite considerably for the last week. And this will be going on until at least the 14th of February, because that is how long the government has said that schools have to be closed for, in my city at least. So what have I been doing in my solitude? Lol, slowly going crazy. No, I'm just joking. Kind of. Being alone and not having human contact for like 7 days. It might not seem like a lot to some people, but I'm quite a social person and I really thrive off of social interaction. So not being around people for 7 days is quite difficult for me. I have had my cat, which is like an absolute blessing. And she is an angel. But yeah, it's been strange. But what have I been doing? I've been writing a book, which is fun. I'm like 25,000 words in. I've been sleeping a lot just to sleep the day away. I have been tidying, like deep tidying my apartment. And then I found a series on Netflix called Eternal Love. If you like Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, sis, you're gonna love Eternal Love. It's so good. It's like a Chinese version of Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, but even more intense. It's so crazy. I'm on episode 27. I've only been watching for 2 days, but I'm on episode 27. And it's very good. It's very, very good. So I've just been binge watching things, and yeah, you don't realize how much of your life you spend outside of your apartment until you're stuck in your apartment 24/7. So it's definitely been a massive change for me. And I want to address, so that's what I've been doing. I want to address some of the fake news because if you don't know, I was a journalism major and I have seen a lot of fake news going around about this coronavirus. So first of all, let's look at the facts. First of all, the coronavirus is a strain of the flu virus. Okay, we know this. And also, I'm going to throw up a little graphic here from the Business Insider of the percentages of people who have died compared to the amount of people who have had the virus. So, of course, in cases like Ebola, there were very high percentages of the amount of people who died. However, if you look at the moment, the percentage of people who have died of this coronavirus in comparison to the amount of people who have been infected with it is very, very low. And I think this is a case for, ease for people to not panic as much. Of course, it's so sad for the 230 people and their families who have passed away, but the percentage of people in comparison to the amount who have contracted it is very, very low. So that is something to kind of be less panicked about. But I have seen so many articles and so many people posting memes and jokes that it can be killed with alcohol. No, the coronavirus cannot be killed by alcohol. The coronavirus cannot be killed by alcohol. It cannot be killed by alcohol. Are you crazy? No, the coronavirus cannot be killed by alcohol. If you can find me a verified source that says that the coronavirus can be killed by alcohol, then please send it to me. I'd like to believe it's true. I'd like to think I can do 20 vodka shots and be immune. But I genuinely do not believe that that's how it works. Based on the evidence or lack thereof, I think that is very much fake news. So that's the main piece of fake news I have seen. And what do I think for the future? What are my predictions? I think what we have to fear most is the second migration. So we've had the first migration from people's work towns to their hometowns for the Chinese New Year. We still have the return migration, where the multi-millions of people have to return to their work cities. And that will pose a massive threat for the spread of this virus. So I think that's the main concern. But past that, I think within the next few weeks, you're going to see more people being quarantined. You're going to see more intense news saying that people are like zombies and all this. I don't have time for that. But you're going to see more people in quarantine. You're going to see more people being treated. You're going to see more pop-up hospitals happening. But I think that all of these measures will mean that within a month or so, we will start to see a kind of, I don't know how to explain it. There's been an acceleration, but within a month or so, I think we will start to see it kind of tip off, and you will start to see it become more stagnated. And I think that will be a great ease for people and make people feel less stressed. So that is my predictions for the future. Next week, I'm going to come back and talk about my plans for what I'm going to do once all of this is said and done, because I've been so inspired to get off my butt and go and see more of China once all of this is done, by my solitude and my, being stuck indoors. So I'm going to be back to make that video next week. I want to say thank you to everyone who has sent me kind messages on Instagram, on Twitter. I appreciate every single one of them. I am safe. At the moment, I am safe, knock on wood. My city has not had any cases of the coronavirus, but I've still been taking all of the precautions that have been recommended to me, not only by my family and friends in the UK, but also by my friends in China. So I will be updating you guys on Instagram, mainly on my stories, but also on Twitter. I will try to update you as much as possible. Please follow me over there and send me a message. We can chat, it's no problem, about everything that's happening. I really want everyone out there, whether you live in China or live somewhere else, to just take care of yourself. Always trust what your medical officials are telling you, and take every precaution if you are in any threat of catching the coronavirus. So until next time, have a wonderful week, and please, please, please take care of yourself. Yes. Bye-bye.